Let's talk about travel gear, one of my favorite subjects. I am traveling a little differently than maybe the average traveler would be for two reasons. One, because I'm a little weird and I kind of like to travel super light. But the other reason is that I'm bringing a lot of video gear, so I'm actually traveling lighter than I usually would. I think my ultralight traveling is best exemplified by the amount of clothes that I'm bringing, so let's get right to it. Starting with t-shirts. I'm bringing 2 of these, and the reason I can get away with that is because this is a synthetic shirt that I can wash and then leave drying while I wear the other one. And then the next day, I actually wash them in the shower and then hang it up. And then by that time, the other one is dry and I wear that one. I tested this out for 2 weeks in Japan and I didn't smell bad, so I think it worked. Yes, that also means that I am bringing socks that I can wash and dry, and underwear that I can wash and leave drying. So I'm bringing 2 shirts, 2 pairs of socks, and 2 pairs of underwear. So the weather should be pretty good for Kiev, around 70 or mid-20s Celsius. But I do want to be ready in case it does get cold for whatever reason. The way that I prepare for cold weather is to do it in layers. Instead of having like one giant jacket, I have this is my middle layer. It's a North Face kind of pullover. It's a half zip here, and this will go on top of my t-shirt. And then on top of that, another North Face jacket. That's the puffy kind of, segmented, that kind of thing. This is like my normal jacket. I just add a second layer in between to make it all very warm. And a warm hat. I got this at Muji in Japan. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna be that cold as to require gloves, but I have these. It was actually really hard to find gloves that were not like biking gloves or running gloves that are really thin and don't actually provide a lot of warmth if you're not like working out, but also weren't snow gloves that were super bulky. So I found these. They are outdoor research gloves. Again, I'll put links to everything in the description below. But they do an okay job. Again, I'm not sure I'm gonna bring these, but there they are. And the last bit of clothing, swim trunks, in case I find some water. They also double as running shorts, running shoes to go with those. I haven't done a lot of in-country running, but I feel like it's a good idea to, just in general, try to stay on top of things like running and, flossing and just parts of your routine that make it feel like you're not falling behind and trying to play catch up. And the other bit of footwear, these boots. They are Echoes. I used them for the first time in Japan. They seem pretty good. They're a little big for me, but my socks are pretty thick, so should be okay. So that's it for clothes. Next up, toiletries. This is a cool little toiletry bag. I think I got it as a gift or something, but it's a Rick Steves branded toiletry bag that unzips like this. So you can hang it like on a door or something. So let's just jump in here. Q-tips. The ones that they give you in hotels are always terrible and they don't give you very many. I think I got this little case at a pharmacy or something. I've had it for years, it's great. Deodorant. I'm an ambassador for other countries. I want them to think Americans smell good in general. A Ziploc of anything that could potentially leak. This is a hair product, facial lotion, and it's also got a sunscreen in it. It's a Neutrogena. This is beard balm. I feel like the lotion can never get into the skin underneath my beard here, so I actually use this Honest Amish beard balm to kind of moisturize underneath my beard. So let's see, what do we got here? All right, toothpaste. Cool little flip out toothbrush. Floss sticks. I will only use the floss sticks. I know they're not great for you, but this kind of floss, I won't do it. And the only way I will floss is with these floss sticks, so I bring one for every day. Another little switchblade thing for a comb, and your general razor here. I generally use an electric razor at home, so this is really just for touch-ups, like my neck. I don't want to get too hairy and fuzzy and weird. And now, what I'm really proud of, my pharmacy. Pills here. Now you could theoretically pick up medicine as you need it in the country you're at. Hotels often have a lot of medicines too, if you just go ask the front desk. I like to have it on me because it's in English, and I actually write on here the dosage, so I don't have to fish around for the instructions on a bottle or something, or a piece of paper. When you need medicine, you need it right now, so I bring a lot of it with me. So let's go through it. Your standard ibuprofen, headaches, muscle aches, a lot of walking around gets your muscles tired. Two different sorts of sleep aids, Advil PM, or any kind of PM or Benadryl or something will knock you out on an airplane flight. But then also melatonin for adjusting to the time difference. You take one of these at bedtime. A nasal decongestant. This is phenylephrine. Along those same lines, Claritin or any kind of anti-allergy. Pepto, because your stomach is not going to be used to eating different countries' foods, and bad things can happen. The nuclear option, Imodium. And in the back here, I've just got some disposable eye drops and a few glasses cleaners in case my glasses get foggy. I guess also in the toiletry department, I've got hand sanitizer and some lip balm in case you get chapped lips. But I don't keep these in my toiletry bag. I actually keep them in my carry-on because these are both things that you would maybe want on a plane. Sometimes I take the ibuprofen out of there too, because you can get a headache sometimes at altitude. You may have noticed I'm not bringing shampoo or conditioner. One thing I think a lot of people don't realize is that you're not going to the moon when you're traveling, even if you're traveling internationally. If there are people there, they also need things like shampoos. So you can go to a store and buy them. It might not be in English, but you can tell a shampoo bottle. You can buy an umbrella there. You can buy a rain jacket there. You can bring your own, but it's a trade-off, right? If you've got space in your luggage, by all means. But for me, I'm staying in Airbnbs and hotels. They're also going to have shampoo and conditioner. So shampoo and conditioner, OSP. And since it is now 11:30, I am going to go get a haircut. I'll be right back. I intend to sleep on this flight. And I used to have a neck pillow. It did not work. I don't know what the purpose was even supposed to be. My neck would get pushed forward or would go down, and there was nothing to support it. So I found this on Amazon. It is called a Be Cozy? I'm gonna say they meant cozy. They're two different textures here. So when you put one on top of the other, there's some friction here, so it actually stays closed. There's no wire or anything inside, but I'm looking forward to trying this. Speaking of sleep, noise canceling headphones. I actually just got these. These are Bose Q20s, I believe. Much smaller than the over-ear headphones that I used to have. These are kind of bulky. Kind of expensive, but in my opinion, I think they're worth it. If you can get a good night's sleep on a plane ride, that makes things so much better. It's one of the few things I'm bringing that I haven't actually tried yet, but I'm excited to do it. Also, a thing I haven't really tried yet, Google Pixel. So this thing uses the Google Fi network, which is basically Google made a bunch of deals with a bunch of wireless carriers around the world. So this phone will hop on all of them and be able to use their data for a monthly fee, but also on top of that, $10 per gigabyte, which is way less than whatever Verizon's going to charge you for roaming or going over your data rate. So it's nice to know exactly what you're going to be charged here. It also serves as a hotspot and will jump on free wireless networks and automatically use a VPN. So this is going to be my internet acquisition device that I can then pair to my laptop or my iPhone even, and get internet that way. Passport, very important. I actually got the thick kind. There are two types. When you renew your passport, you can opt for the thick one. And this secret money pouch, which my passport will go inside. This actually, your belt goes through these loops, and then you actually shove it between you and your pants, so it's hidden, and it doesn't leave a noticeable contour along your hip. The third piece of the sleep puzzle, sleep mask. It was a little weird getting used to sleeping with a sleep mask, but after you use it once, I highly recommend this for plane sleeping. The other thing actually that I use while I'm sleeping on a plane, so I'll plug in my Bose headphones and then I'll load up an app. Let's see, what is it called here? I mean, there's a billion like white noise apps, but the one I use is called Relax Rain, you know. The official iPhone battery case. I like this one because it lasts a reasonable amount of time. If you plug the phone into the case, you can actually charge the phone and the case at the same time. And because it's an Apple product, it actually shows up on your iPhone. It'll tell you how much charge is in the case and your iPhone battery. So it's a cool little thing, kind of pricey, but for some reason I just burn battery when I'm overseas. So this is nice to have. Speaking of power, got one of these. Fans of Pokemon Go may be familiar with Anker brand phone batteries, or just, you know, you can charge your phone, you can charge your, you know, 3DS, whatever has a USB plug. This thing is 20,000 milliamp hours, which is a lot. You could probably get away with, you know, a 10,000 or whatever, which is half the size. But, you know, I got cameras and stuff. It's nice to have a real big backup if you need it. Sunglasses case, I'll be going to the airport wearing my sunglasses, so when I put them away, I don't want them to get crushed. If headphones and white noise generators aren't your thing, earplugs. And these are like the construction site ones, so they're really, you can sleep in these and not really feel them. They take a little getting used to, but really come in handy. I was in an Airbnb one time in an apartment complex, and there was like a frat party above me, and I had a flight early in the morning, and it lasted until like 3 a.m. I really wish I had some of these at the time, but that's why I carry them with me now. Kindle, or, you know, a actual book or something. I'm, again, traveling light, so I'm gonna load a bunch of books on here. A watch. I don't usually wear a watch, but I find that, you know, when you're traveling, you got a lot of places to be at certain times, so I find this a lot more convenient than like pulling out my phone all the time. It is a Timex Weekender. It's pretty cheap, but I've been pretty happy with it. Travel journal. This is a Moleskine, I think. I haven't used this particular size before, but I do like the reporter style. And I carry a pencil with me all the time. This is a Pilot G2 that clips to the inside of my pocket. This drawstring bag, you know, it's one of these that you can wear like a backpack. It's great because they're super compressible and they make a perfect day pack. So, power adapters. These are not converters, so they won't change the voltage of anything. So Ukraine is 220 volts, but most modern electronics have power conversion built into their AC adapters. So if you look really closely here, I don't know if you can see that, but it says input 100 to 240. So that means I don't have to change voltages. All I need to do is change the actual physical plug. That's how that works. Definitely make sure to check your electronics though. Like look on the bottom of your AC adapters or on the device itself to see if it says, you know, 100 to 240 or something. If it doesn't say that, or if it only says like 120, then you would either have to not bring that thing or get a power converter, which are big and heavy. I actually have one. I'm not going to bring it, but I'll show you. Look at this sucker. It's enormous, really heavy too. It's only 100 watts. Like, this thing will not give you a lot of juice. The red folder. This has everything I could possibly need in it in terms of hotel confirmations, flight confirmations, my entire itinerary, a list of when all my flights leave, when I check into my hotels, all that kind of stuff, so I don't have to remember it. A lot of this stuff will be in the secret sauce documents after the trip, you know, if you're a patron who is at that level. I also recommend scanning your passport, your ID, any credit cards you have in your wallet. Basically if your wallet gets stolen, you want to have copies of everything. And in this day and age, I guess it's also a good idea to have digital copies saved on Dropbox or something that you can access. And finally, what would a flight be without a portable gaming device? Got a lot of Final Fantasy VI to catch up on. All right, one final piece of gear before we get to video stuff. This guy. So you got your standard power, and then 6 USB ports, which is great because most of my stuff, and honestly most consumer electronics these days, do have USB power. So my cameras, my phones, my Kindle, 3DS uses it. This is also by Anker, the guys who make my battery. They make pretty solid stuff. Thankfully, it is also 100 to 240, so should not need to worry about plugging this into the wall with an adapter and all my stuff into there. Much better than bringing a power strip and a bunch of these, which I was planning before, but this is a much more elegant solution and much smaller. All right, video stuff. First of all, I've uprooted my charging station entirely, so I've got 2 battery chargers for the A7S, and then 1 double-sided one for the RX100, 3 batteries for the RX100, a total of 5 batteries for the A7S. This thing burns through batteries like nobody's business, so I need a lot. Media, of course, SD cards. I've got 3 64 gig cards for the RX100, and I think 3 256 cards for the A7S. Microfiber cloth, and this cool little guy who's a brush for your camera. Backup headphones, microphone of course for the A7S. I'm also experimenting with a lavalier mic by Rode. So it's got this special iPhone compatible sleeve here. Also there's a converter in case I wanted to use it with my Android phone or with like an audio recorder or something. So I could just have it on me and then keep the iPhone or the recorder in my pocket. Extra AAA batteries for the boom mic. I will of course bring my laptop, and also this thing. This is 2 terabytes and it's this big and does not require power. All it needs is, a USB-C cable. I plan to transfer everything to my computer every night to make sure that it's all backed up in case, my camera gets stolen. I don't want all my media going with it. I want to have a backup on my computer and on this as well. So I forgot to even show the cameras. This is the RX100. It's currently filming. And this is the A7S. Both of them have these little Joby pods, which will allow me to do tripod stuff like they currently are, or hold them like this and, do the vlog thing. Almost forgot about pants. Definitely gonna need pants. I'm bringing 2 pairs of regular old jeans. I have not found yet any pants that are synthetic that I could wash myself and dry overnight, and that don't look like camping pants. They are cotton, so if they get wet, they're really hard to dry. But, I'll figure it out. So generally my MO is to dump everything onto the floor just to collect it all into one place, and then split it between the carry-on, like personal backpack pile, and the not necessarily checked baggage, but the one that goes in the overhead compartment, stuff I'm not going to need. I have here my suitcase, which will go in the overhead compartment, and my backpack, which will go under the seat in front of me. I'll come back to the backpack. I'll start over here with the suitcase. A few late game additions. These 2 are full of a soap called Dr. Bronner's, which I'll use to clean my clothes, and will also be a backup body soap in case the hotel doesn't have it. A pack towel to go along with my swim trunks in case I find any cool place to swim. I'm putting my neck pillow thing in my suitcase because that'll allow me to get through security, and then I'll just open it up and put it around my neck before I get it on the plane. The big Joby is going in the suitcase just because I'm not going to be filming a lot while I'm on the plane with the big camera. If I do, I'll leave it to the little camera that is shooting this. If you're curious, by the way, this is a Rimowa suitcase. It's nice. I like it. It's got a little flex to it, so it won't shatter or anything, and it's got a rolly handle and 4 wheels, which I really, really like because you can wheel it however you want. All right, now onto the backpack. This is a Peak Designs everyday backpack, 20 liter, which was recommended to me by MT Skull Crusher on Twitter. So thanks a lot. This thing seems really awesome. I'm going to show it to you. So it's in the central compartment, it's got these dividers that you can place yourself. It's got Velcro on the top and the bottom, and then you can just kind of you know, shove stuff inside. But it's also got these wings here that open up and have places to slot stuff inside. On the other side, this is my travel journal. Got my passport back there. Keys and wallet go in there, and backup headphones. And generally the big bulky stuff goes in the center. So got my laptop power supply, my battery, my phone battery, the boom mic, batteries and SD cards. Down here I've got sleep mask, noise canceling headphones, and sunglasses case. This compartment is just the Joby kind of folded up in the middle here in case I want to take it out and use it with the little camera. If we spin this guy around here, in the top part, which is just an extension of the middle console. By the way, I really love this clasp here. This is magnetic, so this thing kind of snaps to it and then slides and locks. It's kind of a cool thing. So if you've got less stuff in it, you could cinch it down more, or if you've got more stuff, you can cinch it down to here. All right, but the top pouch is snacks. These are actually, I use these on hikes sometimes. These are toddler food for 4-year-olds, but also for Drew. Let's see, this one is pears, peas, and green beans, pears, mangoes, and spinach. It's important to get actual good food while you're on a plane, but I also have bad food. Peach gummies, love peach gummies. Little beef jerky action. Actually, I think this is pork, but they're dried sausage. And some giant corn nuts. I put them in these Ziploc bags themselves because the original packaging was kind of bulky. And then here is where I'm gonna keep my camera. So this little camera will go right in there, and then that big camera will stay right there. Again, you know, I'm not really gonna be using that camera while I'm doing the traveling all that much, but you know, I would like to keep it in there just because, you know, I don't want it to get crushed in my suitcase. All right, now to weigh these suckers. I got this little guy from Amazon Basics. It's like $10, and it'll weigh your suitcases and make sure they are under the limit for airplane flying. So let's see. Okay, red suitcase, 7.8 kilograms or 17.2 pounds. And 7.6 kilograms, 16.8 pounds for the backpack. So that's it for packing. Generally there is a period where I just sit and go through everything mentally to make sure I have everything, but I won't subject you to that. A few more things I have to do, dishes, laundry, and take out the trash because I like to come home to a clean house. Charge on my batteries, clear off all my media. And other than that, I think we're ready to go. So the next time you guys will see me will be from the road. So I will see you then.